Yo, welcome to MØRRA Audio.XYZ. This is your host, Erica Lee Murray, coming at you with some real dope-ass shit. To those of you who are listening to me for the first time, welcome. I speak based upon actual experiences and use those experiences as examples, be it surrounding entrepreneurship, fitness, lifestyle, etc. Submit your questions via Instagram and or YouTube at Erica Lee Murray. Ask and you shall receive. I kind of want to do a little summary of my previous podcast when it came to the whole, how can I paraphrase this? I suck at paraphrasing. But basically, people's intentions on how they want to interact with you on the socioeconomic ladder when it comes to particular things, or like if you're trying to go through your day-to-day life and you need various types of outlets to add value to your life so that you can continue to have that step forward every single day, and taking also a good look at your inner circle, triangle, line, whatever have you, when it comes to your support system, because when it gets really nitty gritty, you need someone there. You need someone to talk to you. You need an outlet. Based upon my very first podcast, I kind of delved into, by me not having an outlet and me not being able to talk to someone to be vulnerable with, and just to express and just to vent and just have someone listen and not give me any feedback unless I ask for it. I could give examples into that momentarily, but just to have someone there, I mean, it saves lives. If you really truly thought about it, it saves lives. So, when it comes to communication, and be it yourself or someone else, if you are talking and you're expressing yourself because you're either frustrated or just very upset or depression or anything of that nature, I highly advise you, that's actually the verbiage I want to use, I highly advise that if you're the person that is expressing the feelings, just let the person know, hey, I just want to vent to you and I don't want any feedback. I just need to get this off of my chest and I just need your ear. Like, this is the support that I need. Or you could also say, hey, I want to vent to you, but when I'm done, I really want some feedback with your insight and your wisdom, or if ever you've been in this situation before, like, how did you handle it? So, person on the receiving end, if someone is very upset and they're coming to you, cut them off real quick saying, hey, before you get into the nitty gritty, I need to know, do you just want to vent and you just want me to listen? Or are you seeking feedback? Because if you're just venting, I'm going to let you vent. Both of them, I'm still paying attention. I'm going to let you vent, but when it comes to feedback, I need to pay attention even more so that I can taper my response in consideration to your feelings, in consideration to my wisdom, and in consideration of, this is my communication style to you to help you out because you confided in me as your support system. So that's just a little tangent, but I feel that it is very, 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 very helpful. But let us continue on with the show. Today's topic surrounds Audacity. Not just mine, but that of others. I have been smacked with the reality of, you get what you put in. We have had the audacity of putting in a little bit of work or stepping out of our comfort zones for 3 to 9 months and expecting to be handed either $1 million, 1 million subscribers, 1 million followers, or 1 million poons and peens flocking to you just because you're the ultimate shit. Just cause. Like, I was guilty of this about like 4 or 5 years ago. Like, okay, if I am consistent on posting a photo on Instagram every single day, like, my following will grow exponentially. I'm going to have so many interactions, all these other things. No, it's always a work in progress, and you have to know how to grab people's attention and actually, like, have authentic conversations in your comments. I know we're throwing in a little tidbit on how to push for your social media growth. not too many people know that I am a social media consultant, and I keep effing up over everything that I'm saying, but you know what? I'm just going to keep on going with it because, no one is effing perfect, and I'm freaking doing it, and I can say that I'm doing it, and not a lot of people are, so I give you permission to do this as well, and you're progressively getting better. I think, this is my 3rd podcast, and I'm getting better every single day, and I actually get really excited about doing it, so I think that I'm becoming the ultimate shit when it comes to this. Slowly but surely. So, expectation will always leave a ginormous amount of room for disappointment. I repeat, expectation will always leave room, not just a little bit of room, but a ginormous amount of room for disappointment. If you put any type of expectations onto people, you're basically giving them permission for them to disappoint you. And I mean, what's the point on having that type of audacity, I have done it enough and experienced enough to tell you firsthand, it's a cold setup that you have inflicted onto yourself. Yeah, other people will put expectations on you, but that is because they are deflecting the responsibility onto you. More on that in the future. I don't know if I'm going to delve into it more so in this conversation or any future conversations, but it's a cold setup. Why would you want to set yourself up for failure? You want to set yourself up for success. Goals. We should set them up so that we know what our long-term goals are, and along with it, have milestones to know that you're on the right track. Here is the icing on the cake. It is not meant to be the blueprint to be executed to the mother effing T. It does not. It is just a skeletal frame of what needs to be done. If you're going to be anal about every single detail of your plan, you're going to have the most miserable, stressful journey that was self-inflicted. And that isn't even including the misery and stress life will also provide for you to grow and mold you into the stronger being that you need to be to attain your goals. Marinate in that for a moment. Just ruminate. Just pause this if need be. Just because you have set in stone your own plan does not mean it is ultimately a part of the bigger picture. Your plan and execution either prolongs your result or it lags it for a few days, a few months, few years. Ultimately, you're right. Anything you decide is right for you, and you will have the appropriate result or consequence that accompanies it. After walking away from my 9-to-5 job, I had the audacity that in the next upcoming weeks, I would be treading quite nicely as an entrepreneur. Nope. The fuck was I thinking? I was evicted from my quote-unquote dream apartment, which in actuality wasn't even my dream apartment. I have been Uber eating to make ends meet. I get overdraft fees for the stupid things that I used to be able to afford. I am unable to pay for parking for classes and barely enough for gas. All the while I have been pumping out content for clients, learning my craft and accumulating my own content. Ergo, this podcast is a part of that little bad boy, and I am actually rather proud about it. Insecurities flared up. Tears burning my eyes. I humbled up real quick because all of this is a part of my story. Notice how I said is. Is, if this is in writing, all caps, is. I am still going through all of this. My insecurities flared the F up because I was beating myself up for the fact that I was not getting the results that I wanted. But woo, I wasn't getting the results that I wanted because I wasn't wholeheartedly applying myself, and I thought the little bit of effort that I was doing was going to get me an exponential amount of results. I had the audacity. Keyword had. I am still in the freaking muck, but I had that amount of audacity, and it's slowly chipping away. It's not going to be gone overnight, and I completely accept that, and I acknowledge that. But my insecurities flared up. I started looking at myself in the mirror differently and just like looking at my situation. I was just tearing myself apart. And it is true, you are your own worst critic. But what is the solution for all of this? I can complain up and down, and trust me, I've been complaining a lot, but what do I have to show? What is the solution for that? Do. And my boyfriend actually has like this little funny thing that he showed me for like this video, and it's just like this guy just saying all of these like types of excuses or saying how many amazing things are going on. He's like, great, do it. And I'm just like, easier said than done. And then I would come up with all of these excuses. Okay, but is it still getting done, or am I getting a percentage of it done? Am I going to slowly chip away at it as time progresses on? Yes. Like, I have goals, but I haven't set myself up to where they are basically coming into fruition in an unrealistic time frame. Like, I know that I have given myself a 5 to 10 year window, and if I want to be extremely generous, I could probably open that window to 16, 17, 18, 20 years. Ultimately, it's up to me and up to the market on how they respond to me, but I'm still going to produce content, be it if I had 10 views, be it if I had over 17,000 views. Like, I'm still going to produce content. Why? Because it makes me happy. Easy as that. It makes me happy. And I thought that by doing my passion, I would immediately get like some type of ROI, some type of monetary value to make me pluck myself out of my financial stress and plop me into something that isn't realistic for me right now. Because if I have the mindset that I have now, in the short time frame that I have accumulated it, if I were to just pick myself up and drop myself into, I have a multi-million-dollar business, I would not know how to run it. You want to know why? Because I haven't gained the wisdom in all those years to grow the company into what it is or is going to be, and it would fail. So all of this is all worth it. Going through all of these motions is worth it. So you need to nip all of that audacity in the bud, or at least slowly start chipping away at it, because it's basically a parasite and it's going to run you dry. And then credit and loans and all those other things to keep up with the motherfucking Joneses is only gonna keep you afloat for so long. It's like a floaty, slowly depleting air. You can only stay afloat for so long, and when you're drowning, who's going to save you? Are you going to save yourself, or is someone else going to have to save you? And at what cost? Because everyone wants something for something nowadays. Just throwing it out there. What truly adds value to me and what makes my heart full are my outlets. And I went over this in my previous podcast. It is creating content and fitness and weight training and just being active, even if it's walking or longboarding, what have you. Like, it fills up my cup. Like, money doesn't even make me happy, because it continuously fluctuates and it's fleeting, and I'm always noticing that it's going elsewhere and I'm not paying myself. Money grants you opportunities to be able to do and experience things, but when you don't have it, what makes you happy? Think about it. Think about your outlets. You may just have one outlet. It may be like flying or something, if you like fly helicopters or something, or if it's training with like friends and family, like that can be an outlet, or sailing, or just walking around with your dog, or just like something small, cooking. That is like a great outlet for you, and that makes your heart wholeheartedly, you feel it, you freaking feel it. Like, think about what keeps your cup full, especially when you're going through the hard times, because money isn't going to grant that for you. Coffee makes me happy. Well, at least I thought it did until I was unable to afford it. So what could I do? Create content, because I already have the means of creating content. I have a cell phone, it has a camera, it has a recorder. I can create fitness. I don't have to have a gym membership to go somewhere and work out. I could easily walk my happy little ass to a park. I could just walk my dog. Like, think about it. My goodness, just, man. I'll admit, I just had like a little flashback of like my insecurities, and just like when it came to one of my outlets, be it creating content, I was insecure on what the feedback was going to be. And I had to grow to learn not to really care, because all that mattered was that I liked it. And not everyone is going to like everything that I create. And that's perfectly fine, because we have the ability to choose and decide what's in and what's not in for ourselves specifically. It's not really fair to project out onto someone else, because there's that audacity again. What makes you think that you can dictate what people like and don't like? Ultimately, like, what keeps your heart full? Just creating my content. Oh my gosh, I freaking love it. The audacity of many is real. It's real, and I kind of gave you several examples of that. I can say it because I was a part of it. If any of this resonated with you, hit that like. If this is what someone may need to hear, like, hey, I'm not here to knock you off your pedestal or knock you down a couple notches, but I think that you need to hear this so that you can actually see the progress that you want to see and have it last for you more long term, share it with them. Have any questions, comments, concern, anything, go on my YouTube or my Instagram at Erica Lee Murray. I got you. We're in this together. Your muck may not be the same thing as my muck, but we're in the muck together. So, you know what? We're gonna elevate. We got this. Please remember to give yourself permission. Laters.